10 ways women subtly tried to turn you on. Did you know that women have their own secret ways of sparking attraction without saying a single word that's right? Many of the signals they send are so subtle, you might not even realize what's happening, from playful glances to small, deliberate gestures. Women know how to capture your attention in ways that feel natural yet totally magnetic. Today we're breaking down 10 clever and flirty ways women try to light that spark, all hidden in plain sight. Stick around, these tips just might open your eyes to a whole new world of attraction you never noticed before. 1. Crossing lines of sight. Have you ever found yourself wondering why a certain woman always seems to pop up in your line of sight? Maybe you see her at the coffee shop, then at the gym, and later, she just happens to walk past your table at lunch. Coincidence? Probably not. This subtle move is her way of catching your attention, and it's more calculated than it seems. When a woman is interested, she'll often place herself where she can be noticed, and she'll make sure she's noticed by you. Specifically, she isn't going to walk up and declare her interest. Where's the fun in that? Instead, she lets her actions do the talking. She'll accidentally cross your field of vision multiple times, casually glance your way, or coincidentally bump into you at just the right moments. It's all part of the game, but here's the real giveaway. It's all in the eyes. If she not only catches your gaze but actually holds it for a few fleeting seconds before looking away, that's her making her intentions crystal clear. That little pause, that's her way of saying, I see you. Do you see me, in the most tantalizing and playful way possible? This works like a charm, because visual connection is powerful. Science backs it up. Prolonged eye contact can create an irresistible spark, drawing people closer on a subconscious level. Women who use this approach are creating a perfect blend of mystery and attraction. They're inviting you to notice their presence without saying a single word. It keeps things flirty, fun, and effortless. It's your move now. But she's made sure the cards are in your hands next time you notice a woman subtly weaving into your line of sight and meeting your gaze with just enough intrigue. Don't brush it off as happenstance. It might just be her playful way of turning the spotlight on you, leaving the stage set for what happens next. Will you take the hint to the neck exposure move when it comes to those sneaky, subtle signs of attraction? The neck exposure move is pure mystery and magnetism. Her neck is one of the most vulnerable and sensitive areas of her body. So when she intentionally reveals it, it's like she's flashing a huge subconscious "I trust you" sign. Think about it: a little tilt of the head here, a casual brush of her hair back there. Suddenly, you're locked into her world. This move isn't just accidental. It's a primal way of showing comfort, confidence, and are all at once. Ever notice how she might play with her necklace or smooth out her collar while you're talking? Yeah, that's not just an idle habit. It's a subtle way of drawing your attention to her neck, and truthfully to her overall femininity. She's inviting you to focus on one of the softest, most approachable parts of her. And boy, it works. This gesture screams without a single word, "I feel safe with you," which is an absolute game changer. When it comes to chemistry, what makes this move so mesmerizing is how effortless it appears. Maybe she tilts her head and lets her hair fall away, or she lightly touches the curve of her neck while laughing at something you said. It's delicate, it's flirty, and honestly, it's downright magnetic. The more she feels at ease in your presence, the more you'll notice these tender little gestures. And trust me, once you spot it, you won't be able to look away. Subtle, yet powerful. The neck exposure move is the ultimate attention grabber, leaving you hooked and intrigued without saying a single word. Free. The subtle lean in. Have you noticed when she leans in just a little closer while you're talking? That move isn't accidental. It's loaded with meaning. Physical closeness is one of the most irresistible signs of attraction, and a woman leaning toward you is her quiet way of inviting you into her personal space. It's like she's silently saying, "You've got my full attention and I want to feel closer to you," literally. Now, isn't that just electric? But it's not just about closing the gap. This small gesture is a strategic move that adds intimacy to the moment without saying a word. When she leans in, she's reducing the physical boundary between you two, creating a bubble where the rest of the world seems to disappear. It's like she's building this private little moment that's just for the two of you, and when you lean into, oh, now you're playing her game, and that's exactly what she wants. This unspoken dance of closeness shows her that you're comfortable with the connection and ready to step into her space emotionally and physically. But here's the kicker: leaning in isn't just about proximity. It's also a litmus test. She's gauging your response. Are you leaning in too? Do you stay locked in that moment, holding her soft eye contact as she nods along to your words? If you do, she knows you're just as intrigued as she is. Trust me, when a woman leans in, it's more than just a move. It's a signal she's turned the dial on attraction. The subtle lean-in sends electricity through the air, pulling you closer before you even realize it. For the coy smile with side glance coming in at number 4. Let's talk about the coy smile and that oh-so-subtle side glance, a move that's equal parts flirty and mysterious. Imagine this scenario. She flashes you a soft, enticing smile that feels warm and inviting. But then, just as your heart skips a beat, she turns her gaze away with a quick, almost shy glance. It's like she's leaving just enough room for you to wonder, was that meant for me? Spoiler alert, it probably was. This classic move is her secret weapon for sparking intrigue by mixing sweetness with just a hint of elusiveness. She's creating a perfect balance of, I'm interested and you'll have to work for it. It's not just a random gesture, it's a calculated way of drawing you in without being too direct. That tiny side glance adds a playful layer to the interaction, making you feel like you've stumbled into a little inside secret between the two of you. Now here's the real kicker. If she pulls this move more than once, especially when the vibe is quiet or when there's a lull in conversation, it's a green light. She's calling for your attention in the most subtle yet magnetic way. It's her way of saying she's intrigued. And guess what? She wants you to figure it out. This little maneuver isn't just subtle, it's downright clever. The coy smile with a side glance is like the opening line in a romantic melody. It promises excitement, keeps you guessing, and makes her seem irresistibly charming. Don't overthink it when you see this. Instead, lean in, figuratively of course, and match her playful energy. It might just be her way of saying, go ahead, make your move if you dare. 5. The lingering goodbye touch. Picture this. The two of you are saying goodbye. The moment is winding down, and she lightly touches your arm, shoulder, or maybe even your back. But wait. Her hand stays there just a second longer than it logically needs to. Coincidence? Absolutely not. This is no accidental touch. It's a calculated yet completely natural move designed to leave you thinking about her long after she's gone. Why does this work? Well, when someone you're attracted to makes physical contact, even if it's just for a brief moment, it can set off a cascade of emotions. But when that touch lingers, that's when the magic happens. That extra second releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, making you feel a deeper connection. It's her playful and subtle way of saying, I liked being around you, without having to say anything at all. This gesture is as sophisticated as it is seductive. By holding that touch just a beat longer, she's injecting warmth, comfort, and maybe just a dash of intrigue into your interaction. She's leaving her mark. No, not literally. But trust me, you'll remember that moment. Maybe you'll find yourself replaying it in your mind later, wondering if it meant something. Spoiler alert. It probably did. Ladies know the power of touch, and the lingering goodbye touch is the perfect mix of sweet and flirty. It's her subtle yet compelling way of teasing you just enough to keep you hooked. If you feel that spark when her hand softly stays on you, even briefly, don't brush it off. She's crafting a moment that keeps you thinking, was that just a goodbye or was it something more? 6. The gleam in her eye. Let's talk about one of the most magnetic yet often underestimated signs of attraction: the way her eyes speak. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and when a woman is into you, trust me, her eyes will do the talking even if her lips are silent. Have you noticed her holding your gaze? Not just a quick glance, but that extended, lingering look, as if she's trying to lock into your vibe. Oh, and when it's paired with a soft smile, that's not by accident. My friend, here's what's really happening when she's excited or intrigued. Her pupils might slightly dilate, and that legendary sparkle, also known as limerence, might just appear. It's a natural reaction when she's looking at something or someone she likes the way she looks at. You can say what words often. If she's glancing up, catching your eye, And even sneaking subtle looks across the room, it's her silent way of drawing you into her orbit. And don't dismiss those accidental glances either. Sure, they might seem random, but if it keeps happening, guess what? It's more intentional than you think. She's testing the waters, putting out that silent signal to see if you notice, and more importantly, how you react. Women are pros at using eye contact to turn up the heat without making it overt. The best part, even shy or reserved women can't fully hide this tale. Whether she's bold or quietly observing from a distance, her gaze will be her giveaway that locked on. Look is her way of saying, "Hey, I'm interested, your move." Eye contact is a delicate, flirty game of back and forth and the ultimate spark to set things in motion. Trust me, when her eyes linger a little too long, it's your sign to pay attention. 7. The hair flip or toss. The hair flip, a move so subtle yet so powerful that it could easily star in its own romantic movie moment when a woman flips her hair. It's not just about moving those locks out of her face. Oh no, it's a silent signal designed to command your attention. This timeless gesture emphasizes her face, neck, and shoulders, all areas that are naturally alluring and designed to captivate your gaze. Sure, it might seem innocent at first glance, but don't be fooled. The hair flip is like her turning on a metaphorical spotlight, inviting you to take notice. What's really fascinating is how instinctive this move is. She might not even realize she's doing it. When a woman flips her hair over her shoulder, tucks it behind her ear, or casually lets her fingers glide through it while talking to you, it's not random. These gestures can release nervous energy while also subtly showing off her confidence and femininity. It's intriguing, isn't it? A mix of vulnerability and allure in every flick of her hand. But wait, there's more. The hair flip doesn't just say, "Notice me." It screams it in a flirtatious whisper. If she pairs this with a I smile, or locks eyes with you for just a moment longer than usual, she's amplifying the signal. All these little cues together create an irresistible charm that's hard to miss the next time you see her toss her locks with that playful energy. Lean in a little figuratively. Of course, you might just find yourself caught in her spell, and that's exactly what she's hoping for. 8. The lip bite or lip touch. The lips. One of the most captivating and magnetic features of the human face. When a woman subtly bites her lip or gently traces her finger along it while locking eyes with you. This isn't just a random action. It's a calculated yet often subconscious movement to spark desire and draw you in. Lips are inherently sensual, and when she highlights them in your presence, trust me, it's an intentional act to catch your attention. This seductive move works on multiple levels. First, think about how mesmerizing it is. Your eyes are automatically drawn to her lips, her slightly vulnerable expression, and the surge of confidence that comes with it. By biting or touching her lip, she's heightening her own sensitivity, while giving you more than just a casual, "Hey, what's up" kind of vibe. It's playful, but there's something deeper, and a teasing energy that makes you want to lean in just a little closer. If she's looking directly into your eyes while doing this, it's no accident. The lip bite or lip touch is one of the oldest, most primal cues of attraction. It's her way of silently saying, "I know you're noticing me and I don't mind at all." Sometimes she may not even realize she's doing it, as it can be a natural reaction to excitement, nervousness, or anticipation, but that only makes it even more authentic. The next time you catch her lips stealing the show with this subtle yet incredibly flirty move, don't ignore it. Consider it a green light, an invitation to explore the chemistry between you two. After all, actions speak louder than words, and this lip secret gesture is practically screaming, "I find you irresistible." 9. The accidental foot point. Alright, this one is so subtle, you might miss it if you're not paying attention. But trust me, it's rooted in real nonverbal science, and it's kind of spicy. When you think about it, we're talking about the direction of her feet. Yep, her feet might actually be giving you more signals than you realize. Here's the deal: when a woman is into you, her body does these little things without her even noticing. One of the strongest clues show subconsciously. Point her feet toward you. Why psychologists say we naturally align our bodies with what we're interested in, almost like giving away where our attention really wants to go. Her feet might be literally pointing you out, even if the two of you are standing or sitting at a slight angle. Pretty revealing, right? For example, imagine you're chatting her up, and while her body might be turned slightly to the side, her toes are unmistakably aimed right at you. Almost like they're saying, "You're the target here, buddy." That's a sizzling little sign she's fully focused on you, or at least her subconscious is the best part. She probably doesn't even realize she's doing it. But, and this is a big but, if you glance down and notice her feet are pointed away like toward the door, it might mean she's ready to check out of the conversation. Think of it as her body's way of low-key saying, "I've got somewhere else to be." What makes this trick so fun to spot is how subtle and sneaky it is. It's not as obvious as a hair flip or a big flirty smile, but once you notice it, it's an undeniable signal. Her feet hold the truth. My friend, keep an eye on those toes, and you might just unlock a small but seriously powerful piece of her body language that says, "I'm into you." Tend the power of her scent. Let's talk about one of the most subtle yet powerful ways a woman can grab your attention: her scent. And no, it's not just any random spritz of perfume. There's a purpose behind that alluring fragrance she's wearing, and trust me, she knows exactly what she's doing when a woman leans in close. Just enough for you to catch a hint of her perfume. It's rarely accidental that carefully chosen fragrance isn't just about smelling good. It's a tool for creating a direct sensory connection with you. The sense of smell is incredibly powerful and is closely tied to memory and emotion. Think about it ever. Walk past someone wearing a fragrance that instantly reminded you of a certain person. That's exactly the effect she's aiming for. With one subtle whiff, she's planting herself in your mind, maybe even your heart. Women put a lot of thought into picking the right scent, one they know will linger both in the air and in your thoughts. Her choice of fragrance could be soft and sweet, bold and seductive, or fresh and inviting. But make no mistake, when she's close enough for you to notice it, it's by design. She's pulling you into her world in the most subtle yet irresistible way. Even after she's gone, that scent has a way of staying with you the next time you catch even the faintest whiff of that same fragrance. Whether it's walking through a store or brushing past a stranger, it'll trigger something deep inside. You'll think of her like a spark, reigniting, bringing back an intimate sense of warmth and intrigue. She might not even be in the room, but her presence lingers, leaving you slightly enchanted. A woman's scent is more than just perfume. It's a carefully crafted weapon of seduction. Don't underestimate the power of this invisible lure, because once it's in your head, good luck. Forgetting her 11 playing with accessories, have you noticed her fiddling with her necklace? Subtly adjusting her glasses or lightly touching her earrings? Trust me, it's rarely just a random habit. These aren't just idle movements, they're part of a silent invitation when a woman plays with her accessories. It's more than just about the jewelry or glasses. She's drawing your attention to certain areas naturally associated with the lure. Her neck, her face, her hands. These zones are already captivating, but her soft movements create flashes of intrigue that are impossible to ignore. Think about it when she lightly runs her fingers over a dainty necklace. It highlights the graceful curve of her neck, an area that's both delicate and tempting. Or when her fingers brush against her face, it's an amplified version of the classic hair flip. It's alluring, engaging, and subtly flirtatious. In glasses, if she adjusts them while making eye contact, it can add an intelligent, confident vibe that's undeniably attractive. And I saw actually online, she spoke about how much she literally takes her son down to look up and see it. This isn't a bold look at me, move instead. It's a clever subconscious strategy to keep your eyes hooked and your mind wondering. Accessory play takes things up a notch because it combines attraction with mystery. Whether she's nervously fidgeting or confidently teasing, the emphasis on these small details is her way of saying, "Notice me." And oh, you will. These tiny movements create visual focal points around her that keep you pulled into her orbit without her needing to say a single word. So the next time she's trailing her fingers over her jewelry or toying with an accessory in your presence, don't underestimate it. It's not just about the accessory, it's about drawing you closer, one subtle move at a time. Flirty, charming, and also subtle. This tactic is her silent way of turning up the heat. Conclusion: when it comes to attraction, women often communicate in ways that are subtle, yet incredibly effective. The 10 ways we've explored, ranging from the direction of her feet to the scent she chooses, and even how she plays with accessories, are quiet cues that speak volumes. These gestures are not always deliberate, but they demonstrate just how complex and intriguing human attraction can be. Paying attention to these understated signs allows you to better understand the unspoken language of connection. The beauty of these subtle signals lies in their mystery, leaving you captivated and eager to know more. The next time you're trying to decipher her intentions, look beyond the obvious. You might just discover a whole world of clues hidden in plain sight.